Out here working on the driver's side, got the wheel off and stuff. Yeah, right here's the reason why I took it off too, because I noticed that was loose. Look at that. Come find out them nuts in there are backed way off. The nuts that holds the spindle on. But yeah, that's what I'm working on fixing. I don't think a bearing's tore up in there, but the nuts are sure enough backed off. These big nuts back in here. They'd take all the four-wheel drive stuff apart, which is right there. I know how to put it all back together. That's a good thing. All right, y'all. See you in a bit. I don't know why, but I got that one nut off and tightened the back one up. But I found all these pieces of springs back in there. How that happened, I don't know, but this was supposed to go in there first, this thing here. Then the spring goes on top of that. And that pushes this piece here in and out. I don't know how that piece of spring got back in there like that. It was like put back in here and then the bolt was put on top of it. How in the world? Alright, see y'all in a little bit. Yeah, getting ready to put all the four-wheel drive guts and brakes back on and everything. I got them tightened up. Yeah, they're tight now. But now I got to put the brakes back in and the four-wheel drive guts and all that. Looks like that brake's been wearing a little funny. It's shiny on the edges there, but not there in the middle. Of course, I don't really run this truck that much, but you got to put these Fords, you got to put the back brake shoe in first. And yeah, of course, there's notches back in here they got to go in. Oh, line up. There we go. I just couldn't get it in line. I guess I wasn't holding my mouth right. Get Mr. Brake Caliber here. Put the brake shoe back in it. Oh. Yes, it might be more fun than a barrel of monkeys. Get that to line up. Might be fun. But it should line right up though. Come off of it, I mean. No. Get in there the right way, you crazy brake shoe. Yeah, brake shoe's got to go in the caliper first on the front. Ow! Pinched my hand, of course. And it has these things you pound in on the brakes. You gotta compress them on the end to get them started in there like that. Then you take a hammer and you just tap them in. But same way on the bottom. Oh. Sometimes them things can be a pain in the butt to get started in there if you don't know exactly how to do it. But yeah, it'll line the caliber up. You got little kits on it right there on both of them. You gotta drive them back to that. Sometimes I'll take something like a ratchet or whatever, put on them, extension or a ratchet or whatever. And drive them back in there. Big screwdriver will even work, like that screwdriver. These things go in tight because that's what's holding your brake caliber on. Yeah, it's turning good now and it's free. But yeah, pain in the butt. Then you put this thing back in. Which it was hard to get out, so it's not going to go back in there right. I can tell you that now. I might pack it in there with a hammer. I had a hard time getting that thing out of there. You can see it is in there. These screws out because these screws hold the four-wheel drive locking hub on. This piece here goes on first. Which sometimes can be a pain in the butt to get lined up, but there's supposed to be a clip that goes around this axle here, but I'm not going to put that on there. And there's supposed to be a big spring that goes in there that holds this in place. Pushes this in and out to lock it in and or out of four-wheel drive, but I don't have that spring either. But anyway, and this thing here keeps that center from coming out. This is a lock ring here. Get the dirt off of it. That's what holds this center piece in, is this lock ring right here. It can be a little bit of a pain in the butt to get out of there without a pair of good snap ring pliers, but I just use a knife. Yeah, just snapped in place. But yeah, I just use a knife. I get it out with. That's how I get it out of there. Then this piece right here goes on there. And see, this lines up a certain way in there. Of course, you put your screws in. Tighten all that up. Put your wheel back on and all that good stuff. Get in there. Well, that one's going to be stubborn. Either that or I don't have something exactly right. Hammer and tap it in a little bit. That way I know it's good and straight. Yeah, it went right in there perfectly that time. Where's my socket at now? I'm using my big ratchet for a hammer. I don't know where my, it's on there. It's already on there. Maybe my brakes will feel better. Yeah, this ain't the right bit, so. I pretty much have to drive this bit in these things because it's not the right bit. But it'll work. Dadgummit. Of course the bit come out. That's how you put a four-wheel drive bike together. They're not that hard. Oh, that bit don't want to stay in that one. That might be the one I had trouble getting out. I had trouble getting one of them out. I bet you that's it right there. That's probably the screw I had trouble getting out. One more. Of course, there's one missing. Yeah, putting the four-wheel drive back together is not as hard as what you think. It's pretty easy, relatively. All you gotta do is know what part goes where and how. Like the brakes and all that, it's not really that bad of a job. Like I said, you know, you got pin brake, pins that hold the brake calipers on this Ford here. This is a 93 model Ford, but yeah, that's the spring that I found in there, piece of it. I wish the whole thing would have been there, but it's chewed it off on the end. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Oh, time for the tire. Put it back together, put the lugs back on it, set it back down on the ground. I guess I'm done. Oh, go on there. I know you will. The way the truck's leaning, it's making it a little bit difficult. There we go. Yeah, it's just the way the truck's leaning. It's making it a little bit difficult to get the tire back on. Always start your lug nuts on by hand. That way you know they're going on straight. And then if you want to, you can use that. Of course, my socket hung on it. Yeah, I need a extension. I think I might have one in the bag here. I'm wrong. I took it out of the bag. Well, I'll just use a deep well socket then. Impact socket. That's what it's made for. Yes, I like to make sure my lugs are tight. I will tighten the snot out of them, I'll tell you right now. To the point of stripping them, I don't care. Come off of there, you bugger. Yeah, see how tight that is now? Good and tight, the way it should be. Now all I gotta do is y'all pick everything up. All my tools up and all that good stuff. No big deal. But I'll see y'all in a little while. Yeah, I'll take it for a little test ride and see how it feels up the road and back. I did have it running earlier, but should be doing better. Do a little bit of a brake check here, make sure I got brakes. Yeah, I got brakes so far. Of course, this truck is a standard. Backing up. Cold ain't really been running much. Feels a lot better. Almost feels different. Oh yeah, I got brakes. They ain't warmed up any yet. I'm just barely passed out over there and getting warmed up. Damn fourth gear. Big deal. Ain't no hills here and off of this truck. Steering feels better. Even the brakes feel better. Looks like I got no motor for a pedal or brake. My tools are falling out all over the place. All my tools are falling down on top of everything. Goes on the truck. Dang on. Yeah, it feels a lot better. For sure. Wheel bearings are all tightened up and everything. That's much better. Safety tools going everywhere. Fall off the seat and stuff. What in the world you doing? Looks like you're having some, wow, trying to do some gardening, put in some flowers. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I just seen you out there, thought I'd stop and see what you was into. Well, I know the feeling. Ain't a lot to do. Having trouble with your ankles. Think I should have went in and washed my hands before I went riding around. I was had to take this front wheel here off and take it all everything apart because there's those two nuts that hold the hub on.
Yeah.
The two big ones, they backed off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was flopping around everywhere.
You can't have that.
So I had to take it all apart and I checked the bearings in there. They're in pretty good shape. And I tightened the shit out of them nuts. Yep. I tightened the shit out of them nuts to put it all back together.
Lock wheels, keep all that stuff greased up.
Oh yeah, I gotta put grease in it and everything. Yeah.
It's hard to get off.
It is. It's hard to get off your hands.
You gotta have good grease though.
Yeah, you gotta have good grease in there. Yeah, I see what pieces of metal on my hands there.
Yeah.
But I got it back together.
I got a gas stove.
Gas stove.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was good. It worked good and everything. It was just a little dirty and stuff. I was getting rid of it.
Oh,
But it worked.
I hear that.
It ain't that old.
Hmm.
Well, hell, 10 years.
10 years old.
But it worked good then. But it's keeping there. But it's, I don't know. I gotta get rid of it.
Oh, I hear that. I take it for junk or something if nothing else. Yeah,
Still good.
yeah. I'm still hauling junk, so
So if I can get it out here,
I can pick it up. You can get it out
a
here.
couple of weeks.
All right.
I can get it straightened up.
Oh, okay. Anybody ever metal detected in your yard before?
For what?
Anything like looking for coins and stuff?
Hell, fucking
That's why I was asking.
get that lot of copper wire and stuff like that.
And I hear that. Yeah, this thing here will find about anything. It shows you what the item is too. You know, like if it's round, like a coin, or a ring. It'll pretty much show you what it is. Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering if anybody had ever metal detected in your yard or over in here or anything.
Not since I've been.
I hear that. Would you let me do it sometime?
Nah, I don't think that's what's digging. It's just a bunch of weeds.
I hear that. I'd fill the holes back in and stuff.
Yeah, I
Okay. No problem. Just thought I'd ask you though. Yeah, it don't hurt.
Don't hurt bad.
No, it don't hurt. Yeah, when you get that stove out here, I'll stop and pick it up.
It still works.
It might do it. Where's it at? In the house or garage or something? It's in the house. I
I
may.
don't know if I was gonna have gas out here or not. I got gas now, but I
Don't need it.
don't know.
You got a cook stove, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna plant me a garden down there. I'm gonna till me up a spot and raise me a garden this year. I raised one year before last. Had a few tomatoes and some green beans and corn and stuff. But the daggone rabbits got in my green beans.
Come
Ugh.
on.
Yeah, son of a bitches.
Yeah, I got me a hawk out here. He comes out here, he cleans out the rabbits.
I hear that.
After then, eat every damn thing.
I got mad. I put me a fence around it.
Everything, deer.
Yeah, deer and stuff. Yeah,
We try to have a few tomatoes.
yeah, they'll eat it up.
Green beans and
Yeah, I hear that. I'm gonna raise me some.
just do something.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll take this thing back down to the house and back. I just thought I'd drive it a little bit, try it out.
Yeah, when you work on it, you got to try it out. You got to know what you got.
Yeah, it feels better when I'm steering it.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, but it had a lot of flop in both sides. I took that side apart last week and fixed it. I had to put a new wheel bearing in that side. And this side over here was just come loose. I just had to tighten it up.
Yeah, tighten it up and get it back in there and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do that stuff, but anymore, just too damn crippled up to do it.
I hear that. I put the engine in this one, the transmission, every transfer case. I've done it all. You remember that big red van I was driving? This is the engine out of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I turned this into carbureted. It used to be fuel injected. I've done away with that fuel injected garbage to put a carburetor, 4-barrel on it.
Something you can work on.
Yeah, something I can work on. This guy put a 4-speed and floor in it.
That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't like him on the damn.
On the column, I don't
Yeah,
like
I hate
him. Yeah, 3 on the tree, they called it. Yeah, I hated him. I'd rather have it in the floor.
Yeah.
I wished I could have found a 5-speed though. I'd rather have the 5-speed.
Yeah.
Because of the way they're geared on for the highway.
But it's hard to come up with some of that stuff.
It is. This truck here, the way it is, even though it's a 4-speed, you got to take off in second gear with it. Because first gear is so damn slow.
It's slow.
Yeah. I just take off in second, and hell, it'll burn the road up in second gear. And I get into that 4-barrel, yeah, you better hold on to your pants.
Gone.
Yep, so it will go. Especially with that standard.
That's why I like one of them. Miss the standard, but you can't get nothing in it.
That's true. Whose old truck is that behind yours down there?
That's mine.
Is it yours? What's the matter with it?
I just ain't got to work.
You pay anybody to work on them? Or anything like that?
I might.
What's the matter with it?
I gotta have some gas lines right now.
Gotta have gas lines.
Yeah, the gas lines just fell out.
Oh, did it? It's a Dodge, ain't it?
No, it's brake line.
Brake line. Oh, I can fix that. Yeah. Well, if you wanted somebody to work on it, holler at me.
Okay.
And buy the parts and I'll fix it for you.
I might do it.
I hear you. Well, if you want
I
to.
was trying on it, but I just been too damn crippled up to do it. That's why I had to quit work.
I know you worked there for a long time and
Yeah.
done a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Always had equipment sitting over there and everything.
I ain't able to do a damn thing anymore.
No, not like you used to. Well, let's get this thing back to the house.
I might see you on that.
All right. All right. Yeah, holler at me.
If you get them on, if I get them on, I ain't got nobody help me to breathe.
I can do it. Ain't no problem.
No, I know that.
Yep.
You're fixing up his car.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing.
Oh yeah. I know what I'm doing. That old Triton, that white one down there, it sat in the weeds for 10 years. I drug it out of there and fixed it. He's been driving it.
These days, that's all you can do.
That's it. That one's fuel injected, so yeah, I know a lot about that too. All right, yeah, holler at me. If you get parts, let me know. And I'll come up and fix it for you. Might not even charge you, it just depends. You have a good one. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to talk to a buddy of mine. And he won't allow me to meddle with that in his yard, and I forgot that I was even recording. But anyhow, no big deal. Go back to the house and park this thing out there. Back to the house. See? Yeah, on Sugar Creek here. Yeah, I'm way down below the driveway where my cousin's better half is, but thought I'd come down this way toward my brother's house. He lives on down that way. But yeah, I'm headed back up the creek now. I ain't got a lot of gas. Hopefully I'll make it back to Fayetteville, but I should anyhow. Yeah, it used to be a trash dump back when I was a kid. Went from right in here all the way up through here was a trash dump. Old cars and everything else were over in there. That's pretty crazy. But right here, that hill there, when I was a kid, Guy's Hill, we used to ride inner tubes off of that hill. We'd come clear across that flat there, across this road, and over into the trash dump. But yeah, I remember that like it was yesterday. I was real young, just real small, but yeah, the trash dump come all the way up through here. And right in here was an old Chevrolet Chevelle that my dad drove down the road and dumped over in there. I think it was right in here. He dumped it over in the trash dump here, and it laid in here and rotted away. Yeah, there ain't nothing left of it now. But yeah, that trash dump went all that distance up through there. Well, here's where my sister lived at. She lived back up in there, she's gone now. Yeah, old Sugar Creek, it used to be a house right here. Yeah, this was Bobby Withrow's land. Of course, there's the holler where my cousin's wife lived up in there. I just took her up there and dropped her off. Yeah, right here's where my cousin put that truck down over in the creek at. Okay, he dumped it over right here, and went down in that creek right there. Took it up that bank right down there, back up out of there. Drove it up the bank up out of that creek. Yeah, my nephew, he got a lot of guts to go up that hillside up out of that creek with that truck, but he did it. And this is Rob's place now. It used to be Bobby Withrow's place, but not no more. Looks like they filled in a few potholes up through here. See where they put the rocks in the road there, filling in the potholes. Somebody did. Church that I went to most of my life when I was a young man, kid. Antioch Baptist Church, y'all. Yeah, I went to that church before that addition was even built onto it. I'm still a member of that church, for a matter of fact. There used to be a house right here, Robert and Lorraine Gay. Yeah, they used to have a house right there. That's where they lived at until they passed away. Pretty wild. Ann McGraw, he used to live right here. Which, he's been gone a long time, I know. Then we always called this field up through here the old cow field, because that's where they had the horses and stuff over in there. Had it all fenced in and everything. All the way up here to this old schoolhouse up here. My mom went to church or school right there. I don't know if my dad did or not, but I know my mom did. This is my Uncle Melvin's place. Used to be my grandmother's place until she passed away, but it didn't look like this until my nephew Josh moved in it, and now it looks bad. Hunting club, that's where the red house used to sit that I lived in. Two-story red house that sat right here that I was raised up in and lived in. I played all back up in these woods and fields and stuff back here. But yep, this is where I was raised at. Not where I was born, but where I was raised. Yeah, this road dead ends. It goes to Gauley River. Sometime this summer, I'm probably going to go on down to Gauley River and record it down there for y'all. Yeah, Van Skaggs and his wife had this place here built, which belongs to their son now, Davey. Of course, the Texas place. I know everybody over here real well. I know all the Tex. I know everybody on this creek here. Of course, I know a lot of people down this creek with Jody too. Yeah, Amos's old house there. It's falling in. Then Nicole's place up here is the last house on the creek. Yeah, it's Sugar Creek, y'all. That house right there was the last house on the creek. What you see there is only part of the house. Used to be a big two-story house that stood there, and then it had that addition on the back. And they tore it all down and left that addition. I don't know why, but they put a new roof on that addition and stuff. I don't know why they did that, but well, I guess we'll start going up the mountain. Way around this curve here, starts going all uphill. All the way to the top. Pretty steep pull up through here. Yeah, back in the day they even had a coal temple on the mountain up here. Miles an hour. Of course, I ain't really trying. I ain't giving it much gas, so. Nice country scene and country roads just starting to get greener over here, it looks like. They find some ramps and ginseng and bloodroot, mayapple, and all kinds of stuff like that over here. that tree there in the road. What's left of it. Almost up to the old coal mine. Clay bank here now is what they call this area here. Used to be a house back up in there one time before I was ever born. The road up yonder goes around to it, but yeah, right here's where the old coal mines was. You can still see the coal mine back up in there. But yeah, it goes all the way over through the other side of Anstead. That's where they had a coal temple that stuck out in the road right here too. I never got to see it because it was before I was born. Before 1968. Of course it's 2025 now, so yeah. A lot of years. Right here was the road that went around through there. But yeah, I rode four-wheelers and motorcycles and stuff around there before. Good little country drive. One way in here, one way out. Just rode dead into the Gauley River. One of these days I'm going to take y'all down to the end of the road. Taking my time up this mountain. Ain't no point in rushing. I'm not a Russian, so I ain't gonna rush. Oh, that's funny. I've walked this mountain many, many times. Steep too. I'll tell you what, in the winter time, this road will get icy and snow all over. Man. Getting ready to top out the top. Just now top to top. This is the top, but it's not the top. The top's actually around yonder, but everybody called this the top of the mountain, but it is the top of the part of the top of the mountain, but I see a truck coming around through yonder. I can make it around there and get out of his way before he passes. Oh, that's Josh. Yeah, my nephew. Yep, That's my nephew. Saw him over there in town a little bit ago anyway. Talked to him a few minutes. Yeah, everybody actually calls that back here the top, but it's not actually the top. Once you get right here, you're still going uphill, so. There's some sharp kiss-me butt curves up here. Where that white sign is actually the top of the mountain. Yep, right here is actually the top of the mountain, to be honest with you. And from right here, it's downhill. Put the truck down in second gear, just take it easy down through here. It's pretty rough. Go back into Anstead and go back toward Fayetteville. Go back toward the house. Yeah, my cousin's wife, she's been at the house for 2 weeks. Country dirt road, back dirt road. Log there, make some nice firewood. Yeah, this road's a doozy in the wintertime in the snow, y'all. Especially if it rains on top of that snow and then it freezes and turns to ice. Yeah. Of course, right now it's springtime, so everything will start getting green and pretty. Not too far away from Rich Creek Top. Rich Creek Top and Golly Mountain Fire Tire. I see Rich Creek Road down there. Then you go down through Rich Creek and Jody and come out in Golly Bridge. Yeah, right there where that black truck sitting at, there's a road that goes down over the hill there. It's hard to see it, but yeah. Yep, headed toward Anstead. A little off town. Stop down here somewhere and get me a chew of snuff. Used to be I would stop and lit me a cigarette, but not no more. I quit that. Don't do no more smoking. After I started smoking when I was about 12 and a half, something like that. And I smoked probably until I was in my 50s, and I finally quit, gave it up. I smoked for a bunch of years, y'all. Don't ever start cigarettes, kids. That's bad. Yeah, cigarettes is not good for you. And right here where I'm about to stop at, this place here is called Blue Turn. Used to park right here when I was a young man and do a bunch of partying. And that road there is where you go to Golly Mountain Fire Tower where the four-wheeler's coming out of there. But, well, I'm supposed to have a can of snuff in here. Don't know where it went. There it is. I'll see y'all in a minute. Head on down now. Yeah, I'm on the hard top. Head down into Anstead. Go back toward the house. Tram road. You go up through there and go around in there. Tram road. I'm on Strip Mine Road there now. What's the name of this road? Old Strip Mine Road. Down in second gear, so it'll help hold it back. So I don't have to use my brakes so much, burn the brakes up. That four-wheeler's still up there, and it's barely in front of me. Should have brought my metal detector. I could have stopped and done some metal detecting down here at the Anstead Ball Diamond. Letting me by him, I guess. Oh, waving at me. Yeah, I'll see y'all in a little bit. I'm almost off of the mountain. Right down here at the end of it anyway. I'll stay on here a couple of seconds. Yep, getting ready to drop into Anstead jurisdiction. Holder Hill. I've walked this hill a bunch of times too. Everything's starting to turn green over here in the town area. Well, I'll see y'all in a little bit. Sitting here at the dollar store in Anstead in my 98 here. I'm going to take my cousin's wife home across the mountain there on Sugar Creek. Had to go in here and get some dog food so she can go feed her dogs. But yeah, they ain't been fed much in 2 weeks. Yeah, but anyway, that's where I'm at right now. I'll probably record a little bit when I get up on the mountain, but yeah, I ain't got no camera holder in here in my windshield the way I do my other truck, my 93. Good morning, y'all. Another day. Yeah, I took the old 93 here to Beckley and back yesterday. It done pretty good. Of course, I had that Triton there on Sugar Creek 2 or 3 times, and it done okay, I guess. Don't want to pull on hills very good, but old 93 done real good going to Beckley and back. I ordered me a pin pointer and a spade-like shovel thing for digging, make it a lot easier on me. But yeah, I just thought I'd let y'all know about that. I think today is the 2nd day of the month. I'm not real sure. Yeah, I got my check. I think it was yesterday. But, alright, y'all. Thought I'd let y'all know. Alright.